Gauteng Health MEC Nomantu and Nkomo-Ralehoko and the Ekurhuleni Mayor Nkosindiphile and Xhakaza, they're conducting that food safety blitz in spaza shops there. We understand developments there. Nkosindiphile joins us now. Nkosindiphile, good morning. You have an update for us. What's the latest?
Yes, Stephen, so I want to show you what's here. This is basically the stuff that's been taken out of the spaza shop. What the MEC has told us is that even though what you see is in the packaging, it hasn't been correctly packed. So these are some of the things that now EMPD is helping to confiscate. They're taken out of the spaza shop, and I'll show you the EMPD coming our way. Behind us, they're already confiscating that from the shop. And the idea is that because it's not correctly packed, the issue is that you don't know when it's expired, but also in the way that it's been put together, we are told that it can contaminate each other. And as a result, when you're selling this to the kids, it becomes incorrect and it can affect their health. Now, the shop that we're in front of is currently in a municipal land, and they've said that this shop is incorrect where it is. The building was not supposed to be built. There hasn't this area zoned for something completely different, and that they continued, of course, to trade here, but they are now closing this shop. And I want to go inside so you can see some of the things that the MEC has highlighted to us, so you can see just inside. So some of the issues now, as you can see, the inspection continuing, is that they're going to confiscate almost anything and everything that they cannot account for. So these are some of the biscuits that are sold separately, and they'll be sold individually. And these biscuits, the issue with them is that they're sold mainly to kids, and obviously because there's no packaging and it doesn't say where exactly they come from, this has become an issue. Some of the issues is also how everything is packed. Now, if you see there, you've got soap and you've got sugar, and she said the way things are packed in this entire area is a major issue in itself. So they're deciding that then they're going to confiscate all of that. They continue to look at things like that as snacks. And I want to ask you, Inspector, because you were here explaining to us, can you just please explain to us why you're confiscating that?
The manner in which you store the food is not according to the health regulations. You can't store the food in your personal sleeping quarters. There must be a proper storage facility, and there's also signs of rodent infestation. There's probably rodent contamination that took place in the chips that can be harmful for human health. So we can't take the chance. Because we must be proactive in our work. So that is what we do.
Yeah, you speak about the contamination in terms of pesticides. How did you get to that point?
It doesn't have to be pesticides per se. It can also be like insect infestation or animal infestation, because animals are also carriers of diseases. So we have to look at all the factors.
And you said they're living in the same shop. Is that what you found?
You can live in the same shop, but then there must be a definite separation, like a closed door, but it can't be just an opening. So you find it from tuck shop to tuck shop, people sleeping on the premises, but then there must be a proper definite separation, like a door or something. So there's no direct access into your food premises.
Okay. So now that you're confiscating it, where does it go to? What do you do to it?
We contain it at our offices, and then from there we take it further. We will do an investigation maybe on the stuff, do a proper investigation. If we see there are signs of rodents that contaminate the product, then we destroy it.
All right.
That is what we do.
Can I just ask you one more question? Because obviously there are store owners that have been doing this, and like you said, there are regulations that they have broken or rules in terms of health. What happens to the store owner now?
Look, the premises is going to be closed down until it's in full compliance to all the applicable health legislation. If it's in full compliance, then it can reopen. It's easy as that. But it must also be in compliance with all the other standards and regulations from other departments.
So no fines, nothing?
We're not going to fine him, we're just closing down the premises.
All right, so closing down the premises, as you can see, the store owner being asked now to close the entire store, Stephen. That's what's happening. They're saying until they're compliant, and I want to go much closer so you can see what's happening. So within the same space that they are currently working in, there's a passage where they go into the area where they sleep. So that's some of the issues that they have highlighted, and this is the major issue that they've highlighted. But I want to show you also the pesticide has been some of the contention, bone of contention here. So they've said you can't have that and have the chips. Now some of that is being used on the floor, and if it sticks on the floor, they're saying if you drop something, it might be an issue. This is their space where they sleep in currently, and this is within the shop. So the concern here is that you can't live in a shop and still basically work on it. It has to be a separation. So this is a health hazard. And so these are some of the things that are going to be that are being highlighted, and they're educating some of these shop owners to ensure that when they have a spaza shop, that there is definitely a separation, that there's a difference, and that there's a food safety regulation that are followed. This is where they live, and of course the food is in the same space. And this is a concern, of course, because you guys are coming from the Department of Health and Economic Development. And one may look at it as maybe perhaps this is the time where businesses are getting more money, small businesses, but it has to be correct.
Yes, the province is working with the municipality to assist the SMMEs, but we don't need something like this. Surely and definitely this is incorrect. Yes, so whatever that they're doing here, it's really, really out of order. And what is even more concerning, they don't own this building. We don't even know how they managed to operate here. So we tried to call the owner. You said what's the owner? Bobby. Their boss is Bobby. And Bobby is so arrogant. He says, no, he's too busy somewhere. He can't come. So obviously, we have to take drastic actions today. Like the MEC was saying that we are trying to educate, but you don't educate people who are not cooperating.
And I want to ask you about the owner. Bobby is the owner of the shop. So how are you staying here? Are you working for Bobby?
Yes, we're working for under Bobby, but we call, my brother is calling Bobby. He's still busy. I don't know what he said to you. But, when he's free, he's going to come.
But based on what you've been told about the spaza shops and how they operate, are you understanding what is wrong with how you're operating right now?
They explained to us to not to sell those loose anything else without expiring date, also with the measurement. So we'll try our best as from now.
And I mean, I'm just going to ask you a personal question, sir, because you live within the same space as where you're selling. Is there no other place maybe where you can get a rental or anything like that?
We will try our best because we face the problem today. So next time we make a plan to better how can do that, and also we protect ourselves the better way. Also the shop also is gonna be all those things. We are not out of the rules. We obviously obey the rules, but we have to take the time to do all those things.
Yeah, and
they're not telling the truth. They've been given an application 6 weeks back, and they're ignoring it. That's what they normally do. They play victim. They've been instructed 6 weeks ago to apply.
Okay, that's a very important element there. You were given six weeks ago. You could have even closed the door. Why didn't you completely close here and maybe open a different door?
Oh, we didn't have those systems because you are coming here before.
Yes, 6 weeks ago.
Okay, can I ask my brother? I don't know. Mama.
That's what they will do.
Just a minute.
You will speak to 20 of them. My brother is the one who's owning the shop. My brother is the one who's organizing. That's their trick. So we know their trick. All what we know is that they were given sufficient time to apply. They ignored it, so we must act today.
And of course, this land also belongs to the municipality, so it's incorrectly built up.
Yes. We've checked with colleagues. We don't know about this building in the municipality. So this is supposed to be an open stand. So we don't know who gave them permission or who started to build here.
If there's no permission for you to build, do you even have the correct power? I can see you unclipping stuff there. Are you paying for electricity and water?
Yeah, 100%. You can see even check the meter also. How much? I put it also now down there today. See there is there. We don't use illegal electricity or anything.
Okay. But then, and I want to ask you this, because from the municipality's part, if this is in a wrong land, how did they get the meter as well in?
When I'm looking at the building now, as I say that I don't think this was a shop. It was a municipal property for something else. So it was vacant, so they opened it and started operating. But now I'm not sure how the guys in finance allowed them to open an account. So we have spoken to the office of our MMC to check how they were allowed to even to be corrected on the meter. We need to find out. But it's very clear this was not a shop before.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Well, Stephen, as you can see there, the inspection is still ongoing, but of course a lot of issues that are being highlighted by inspectors. That, of course, is an area that they would use still within the shop, and that's a problem in itself. But the inspection is still ongoing here. The police also taking course in terms of that. Here's another thing that's been highlighted, Stephen. So what you see here is some of the food that's being sold, and they have explained, the MEC has explained herself that this is not supposed to be packaged like this, but also there's no finding out where this entire food comes from. Even though it's being sold to the community, they're saying that there is no boxes that says where exactly it comes from, but it's been claimed by people that live here that it comes from their original country, but nobody actually knows how it ended up in some of these spaza shops. So that taking place at the moment, as you can see, the inspection of the spaza shops. But what we know now is that everything will be confiscated, and then they're going to do more investigation as the inspector's doing. And I want to just show you that's also another issue there. These are some of the cigarettes that are being sold in this place, which also needs to be investigated in terms of where they also come from. So on the ground, and now the owners will have to account. Stephen?
Nkosindiphile, thank you very much indeed for that update.